In this tutorial, you'll learn how to set up a time-lapse using the Genie Mini. If you are new to time-lapse and want to start shooting straight away, we suggest using one of our preloaded presets. These are a great way for beginners to get familiar with various settings and simply just start shooting straight away with no setup time required. Just choose the type of scene you are shooting, hit record, and the Genie Mini will take care of the rest. To specify your own settings, tap New Time-Lapse. Now you're in the main time-lapse setup screen. Here we are going to change 3 key parameters that affect how your time-lapse will ultimately look at the end. Record time tells you the total amount of time you want to record for. Playtime tells you how long your final compiled time-lapse will play for. Interval tells you how long the wait time will be between each shot. The first thing to do is to start with your record time. Choose a record time that works for your shoot. We'll start with 30 minutes. Next, choose how long you want your final time-lapse to be. You'll notice that while I'm changing the play time, the interval time is also updating. That's because these two are dependent on each other. If you prefer, you can change the interval time instead, and then your final playback time will update itself. Now that we have our 3 shoot parameters set up, we should specify the movement. The camera icon represents where your camera is. The green dot symbolizes your start point, while the blue circle represents your end point. Simply drag and adjust the start point to where you want your starting frame to be. Notice that the camera is connected to the start point and will follow it around to where you'd like it to begin. Once set, you need to set your end point. Drag the end point around to change the degrees that the camera will rotate. There are 2 ways to preview your movement. Tapping preview in the bottom left will drive the Genie Mini at the actual speed of your final time-lapse. We call it a real-time preview. This helps to check how fast the movement will be when you compile the time-lapse later. Alternatively, if you're only interested in your end point, then just drag the camera to the end. This option will drive at a set speed so that you can see what your final frame will look like. We call this a non-real-time preview. If you feel like you need to adjust your end frame, then just drag the end point. Notice that the camera will follow so that you can get just the right end frame. When you're happy, hit return to home to get back to your start position. Tap record to start your time-lapse. To find more tutorials, tap the question mark on the app or subscribe to our YouTube channel.